Hello. Okay, welcome to meditation session, mindfulness session number 5. Okay, and today the name of the session is called beditation, and it's all going to be about recognizing worry. Okay, so when we worry. Now, if you think about it, it's not meditation, it's beditation, because the difference between what we've done last time is that we are going to be lying down on a bed or on a carpet, but lying down meditation. And the reason why we're going to lie down is because quite a lot of the time when we worry, we struggle sleeping, so it's linked to sleep, and then therefore we can't seem to fall asleep because we are engaged in thinking and ruminating and fixating about things that we are worried about. Now, as you can see from the pictures that I've put there, we worry at all ages. Babies, toddlers, adult, teenagers, everybody worry about things. It's normal and it's part of what makes us human, okay? It's all to do with the evolution and the way our brain was put together through the evolution of humankind when we were in a jungle and living in a completely different environment than what we are today. It was very important for our survival that we could think about the future and spot the possible danger, and then also think about the past and learn from the previous experience, because obviously if you think about it, wild animals are stronger than us, they run faster than us, they've got bigger teeth than us, they've got big teeth and claws and all those things, and what do we have? Our brain, our capacity to think about potential problem in the future and solve them, and think back about what happened in the past and learn from our previous experiences. So worrying is a survival mechanism, which is very useful when the danger is real. But modern life means that the danger is not really life and death anymore. On a daily basis, and therefore we shouldn't worry about stuff as much as we do, but we do. We imagine problems. I mean, problems might be there, but we add to them, and that's the issue, the adding to them that makes us stop from functioning properly. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about how a mindfulness meditation helps with that side of us, of our brain, which worry, by explaining the two types of minds. Okay, so we have two types of mind that we function. We've got the thinking and we've got the sensing. So sensing, that means, we have 5 senses. Okay, we hear, we see, we touch, we taste, we smell. So we view the world through our senses and through our thinking, both. Okay, but as you can see from the little drawing here, okay, when we are engaged in loads of thinking, our sensing is small. And then, as you can see here, when we are engaged in sensing, our thinking reduces. So one of the reason why mindfulness meditation is so powerful for being able to control our mind and stop worrying so much is because it reduces the overthinking by focusing on our senses, on the present moment and the sensation in our body. It grounds ourselves. Okay, we go out of our head and get in our body to get some calm and a break from overthinking. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little scenario now so that you can see how the thinking from our brain actually changes. Okay, so basically what we do when we have a situation is, as soon as we have a statement, our brain makes a picture with the information we've got. And if we haven't got a lot of information, then we make up the rest. And I don't want you to just believe me. I want you to notice it yourself. So I'm going to say 4 statements to you, and I want you to try to create that picture and see how it changes as you get more and more details. Okay, so you can see how the mind makes up stories, basically. Okay, so first statement. Sam was on the way to school. So picture that. Second statement. She was worried about the maths lesson. Third statement. She wasn't sure she could control the class today. And last statement. It wasn't part of a caretaker's duty. Okay, so I think most of us would have done something quite similar. When you heard the first statement, Sam was on the way to school, you probably pictured the little boy, okay, going to school. Then when I said she was worried about the maths lesson, that little picture of that little boy changed into a little girl. Then when I talked about controlling the class, you actually thought, okay, that's a teacher, so the little girl transformed into a grown-up woman. Okay, and when I said about the caretaker, then you probably transformed your image of the woman to another woman who looks different, not look like a teacher. Okay, so you can see the brain adapt to what we know, and because we don't know always everything, we make up stuff. So I'll continue explaining what I mean. So this is another scenario. Imagine, for example, that you are at school. Okay, so if you're a student, you're at school, first day, secondary school or sixth form or university, whatever the situation you are in. Or if you're not a child and you are an adult, first day at the new job, okay, that you are doing. So you're quite nervous, and you see somebody that you know, and you wave at them and call them, and they don't turn around and carry on. So you get an emotion, okay? And an emotion is form of those 4 parts that I've put here: thoughts, feeling, sensation, and action. So you saw the person, they ignored you, okay? So your thought probably is going to be, oh, what did they do? How rude, totally ignore me, how dare them, okay? And then feeling, embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed when somebody see me just looking really stupid because she ignored me, or just really sad. Oh, I really like that person. What have I done wrong? This type of thing. And then body sensation. You probably had heart palpitation, or if you were angry, you were your fists go like this, and tension and your neck, and all that type of thing. And action, well, you might have just withdrawn, and go, oh God, how embarrassing. Or you might have just tried to run after that person, or you might have just walked in the opposite direction and really cross, So you can see how the mind creates a story, an interpretation, a way of viewing that situation in one way. Okay, but really, if you think about it, that person might have had headphones and just didn't hear you. Okay, or they might have not heard you, full stop. Okay, not seen you. You don't know, but we create stories all the time, and we're not really aware of it. We take them for the truth, and then because we do that, we make a problem or a situation a problem, and it gets worse and worse. So this is an analogy, an image to help you understand how emotion works, okay? And that image of a hot cross bun is to show that, the 4 parts of an emotion: thoughts, feeling, body sensation, and actions, don't always go in that order. Sometimes we act before we think, okay? Sometimes the feeling get straight to the action without the thinking involved. Okay, sometimes the body sensation actually trigger thoughts. It goes in all sorts of direction. It's all intertwined, and that's why actually it's very difficult sometimes to really get a feeling of what's going on, and we get very confused because it's all intertwined and feels very tight. Okay, so then as a result, we tend to ruminate, okay? So we tend to dwell on it and think about it again and make it bigger and bigger. It's what we call overthinking, okay? And here I've put the snowball effect, which is a good as well analogy of what negative emotion could be like. Okay, it starts very small, and then as the ball rolls, it gets bigger and bigger, and then we can't stop it. We're caught in it, and it's too late, and it's just taking over. I've put here a link on YouTube for a 3 minutes little video of a part of a film with Woody Allen. And he is a famous actor from the 70s, and it shows there how anxiety can take over your life, and how we think inside, and the actor is actually talking to himself inside and then creating all sorts of scenarios that are completely mad. So it's a good way to actually look at how emotion can take over your behaviour. So now we understand how worry works, okay, and how it can take over, and how I don't want to say dangerous, because emotion can be useful too. You know, as I said at the beginning, it's to warn us about danger, okay, and it's also what makes us human, and we feel things. So it's not, we don't want to combat emotion. We want to use them. We want to realise that they are a warning, and then not fight it, but actually investigate it. And that's what we do in meditation. We investigate with curiosity and kindness, and we're not judging, and we're not jumping to conclusion. We're just looking with interest, and then we can let go when the emotion is not useful. Okay, right, so now we're going to try to do that meditation. Okay, so I'm going to read a script to you. As you can see from that picture there, we've got somebody lying down, and that is a very good position to be in. You don't want to be in a fetal position, okay? You don't want to feel like you're going to sleep, even though it's very good to do a meditation before going to bed, because it will calm you down, and then you'll be able to sleep, and you might fall asleep, so that's not a problem, okay? But it's better to sort of be alert and really do the exercise without falling asleep. And then after the meditation, you can turn the light off and sleep. Okay, so let's try this. Right, so begin by lying on your back with legs more or less straight and feet falling outwards. We are not curling into the fetal position here, as I said. Rest your arms by your sides, or place your hands on the chest or the belly. Just try to make yourself comfortable. And when you're ready, you can gently close your eyes if you feel comfortable. If not, just lower your gaze. Now, taking a few slow, long, deep breaths, and on each out-breath, feeling yourself relaxing into the ground and allowing all tension to drain away down the arms and the legs and out of your body. Feeling the full length of your body as it lies on the floor or the bed. See if you can spread your attention evenly across the whole of the body, so that it's not just gathered in the top half. It may help to move your feet and hands a little to draw attention right down into the legs and arms. As you let them be still again, allowing the arms and legs to have their natural weight and to relax. Sense if you are holding any tension in the body, in the jaw, in the neck, or the shoulders, in the chest, or in the belly. If you notice tension in any places, you can practice breathing into them, consciously drawing your in-breath into these places of tension, and then on the out breath, really allowing the tension to drain away. The intention is to allow the body to rest, to allow the texture of the body to really soften and let go. If you are noticing that your mind is very active with thinking, try to take your attention down into the feet. Really pay attention to all the sensation that you feel in the feet. Almost as if you are listening to them. Noticing the sensation in the soles of the feet, of the heels of the feet, of the toes. Being interested in how feet feel from the inside. And now, expanding your awareness to include the lower half of the legs. And then the knees and the top halves of the legs. Feeling what it is like to really let the legs go so that you are not holding any tension in them at all. Now doing the same for the hands and arms. Beginning by feeling the sensation in the hands, allowing the mind to explore all the different sensation that you are feeling. Then extending this awareness into the arms. First the lower halves and then the top halves. Allowing the arms to be heavy, really letting go. Next, if you're comfortable doing so, gently turning your attention towards a sensation of breathing. Allowing yourself really to appreciate all the movement that makes up your breathing, the expansion and stretching and the letting go and the collapsing. Allowing your out breath to be long and full. And now, feeling the sensation of the whole body as it lies here on the floor or the bed, breathing. You might notice how there are these moment by moment subtle shifts in contact and pressure as the body breathes. You might feel it through the contact of the back with the floor or the bed, for example. See if you can stay with the full cycle of one breath after another. Each time you notice that your attention has wandered, bring it back to the sensation of your body lying on the floor or the bed and breathing. And give yourself a break. Remember the importance not just of curiosity, but also of kindness. We're not judging, we're just observing with patience. If you find it difficult to be with the breathing or don't like it, then let your attention rest into the lower half of your body or your hands, wherever you like. It's not a test, it's not right and wrong, it's what you can do best in your own time. And just enjoy lying there, resting. Now gently become aware of the room that you are in. And then when you're ready, you can gently and slowly open your eyes. Alright, I hope you're feeling relaxed and now you're ready for a good night's sleep. Okay? Just try to practice that regularly before you go to bed. It's a very good practice. Sleep hygiene is a very, very important part of us being able to function properly. When you have good sleep, you have a better chance of having a good day the next day. Good night.